Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. You know, if there's one piece of James Bond sartorial kit that everybody seems to get, to acquire, to save up for, it is the SUNSPEL James Bond Riviera Polo. We've talked about this before. This isn't a new discussion until we talk about how this brand, SUNSPEL, has evolved. Now, to mark the occasion, of course, I'm wearing a Riviera Polo. It is a size small. And by the way, we talk about these things because sizing is very important. Size matters not. I crossed the lines. That's Yoda. My apologies. But size does matter. Sorry, because this is a size small and I am a 40-41 and I'm a 31-inch waist. It's talking about how do we size ourselves for these, but more importantly, this Riviera Polo, which stemmed from a design from the 1950s, and of course, Bond, Daniel Craig's Bond wore this. A lot of people acquire it. And I'm actually wearing the correct Omega watch that he wears in the film. I've got some pretty subtle chinos on as well. I'm kind of donning the whole outfit. But we've got to talk about the evolution of this shirt into Bond and beyond moments. I know, a little crazy, but let's take Nicholas Brooke. Nicholas Brooke is the CEO, he's the owner and executive chairman of SUNSPEL. And you know, this is the type of gentleman that I've interviewed years ago talking about the brand and what the brand has done once it's discovered its little moment in the world of Bond with Casino Royale. And a lot has happened. We're here to talk about it today because Nicholas Brooke is the type of business leader. Yes, when I interviewed him, he's charming, he's knowledgeable, he's all about the heritage of the brand, very proud of the people and the products that make up the brand, but he's beyond that. He's a Bond fan and he's a fan of the Bond fans themselves. He just recently reached out to me, asked me how I was doing, said it's been a while, and we reconnected. We talked about the stores now that are open. We talked about the brands, and we decided to put a couple of outfits together, some items that really demonstrated how this brand has evolved. And guess what, folks? I have a box. Shall we open it together? All right, with my handy dandy Q knife, we're going to gently open this up. And you know why we do these unboxings? I do like to talk about this, is because we want to show everyone what is the experience of opening up one of these and what can you expect in that experience, because that's half the fun, right? It's that whole more, okay. Well, we've got some SUNSPEL branding going on here. And the box is well packed already, I can tell. And I know you're like, David, you don't talk about tissue paper, do you? Yes, we talk about tissue paper. Look at this. We got SUNSPEL tissue paper showing kind of the brand in the moment. Oh, all right. Well, let's turn this around just to give you all vertigo, because who doesn't want the vertigo? We've got a beautiful SUNSPEL suitor. I can't tell. Is that a navy? Let me just see. It looks like a navy. Could be a black. Very nice suitor. We'll have to see what's in there. I love this. All right. This is just a nice postcard. Men feel swell in SUNSPEL. Poplin boxer shorts. It's kind of like an old-timey type of postcard. You could send that to Pete Brooker. Oh, this looks like a pair of linen pants. We're going to go through each one of these. Don't you worry. Got a nice hat. We've got a polo. We've got, look at how these are staggered in here beautifully. You got to appreciate this. Got another polo. Wait, folks. Another polo. Another polo. Folks, I have a feeling we're going to be talking about some polos. Well, a box and items are fascinating, but they're only as good as how they wear and how they look. And let's see if we got this sizing right. But I wanted to talk about each one and how it represents the evolution of the SUNSPEL brand as I wore them. Shall we do this? Voila. Okay, before we even start talking about these individual pieces, a little bit of rules of engagement. First of all, I've paired most of these looks with a very simple chino, so the actual item stands out. And on top of that, we're going to go over fit, feel, function. That is our typical approach. But on top of that, all I did out of the box was hit this, each piece, with a little bit of steam. I didn't iron, I didn't tailor. I didn't do any tailoring. This is how it would be right out of the box with a little bit of steam just to get out those packing lines so it wouldn't be like, boom. I hate when people show packing lines, me included. So here we are, first item. Now, this is a pale pink. Do not adjust your computer. We thought it'd be nice to show something other than the traditional blue. So here we are in pale pink. And I love pale pink, especially as we go into the warmer weather. We get a little bit of color. Pale pink really kind of sticks out nicely, but it's not overt. It's not that like vibrant neon type of pink. It says, it just says deluxe, right? It says something very special. And this is, let me get up close so you can appreciate this. Look at that. Yeah, this is their toweling polo. Now look at this. This is almost like a, not almost like, excuse the road. This is a capri collar, but it's not a button down all the way. It's something I thought was incredibly unique. And when you think about Bond and beyond, that whole evolution of Bond, this is something that I could see a film related, but certainly literary related Bond wearing this kind of capri type of look. It's very relaxed. It says very European, which is going to be appropriate. And on top of that, the toweling. Now, toweling is very in. Right? It's been hot for years. It harkens back to the 50s and the 60s and went through to the 70s, etc. Saw a little bit of quietness and then boom, it's really back in a big way. But not all toweling is equal. What are you talking about, David? Well, this toweling is thin. And the reason I say that is that when you, practically speaking, if you've worn toweling, let's say in a Jamaican summer, like I have, the thick toweling, that the 2-ply, 3-ply, whatever it is, does not really breathe. It sounds amazing, right? Wick away moisture, toweling, you're toweling yourself off. No, you just get hot. But this is thin, so it is going to breathe. I love that. When I read the description, it said, you know, a thinner type of toweling. You're not going to have this heavy ply like you're wrapping yourself in all of these different pieces. Now, we're going to talk about the fit. Every piece that I curated with SUNSPEL, every single one is a size small. And again, 41, 31, and this is a size small. So it is not going to look shrink wrapped on you. You can see you've got room in the bicep. It hits a little bit lower than mid, which is good. The shoulders in this particular case are perfect. We're going to show you from the side. Okay, you've got room here. And again, you want this, when you're wearing something like this in the heat, practically speaking, you don't want it spray painted on you. So, some looks look great like that and I wear them all the time. But when you're warm and you just want something a little bit billowy, this is great. I find this, for me, I am not a tall drink of water. I'm 8.5 inches, 5'9" when I'm like, the wind's blowing up from beneath me. So this polo is designed to fit many different lengths. I probably will have this tailored a little bit because I don't like the polo to cover my entire bum. I need to show what little I have. So I'll probably tailor it like that, right? Okay, so that'll probably be the look of the polo going forward. And again, I want to walk you through this because depending on your height, depending on your size and your body type, you have to make certain choices. All of these things are investments and, you know, luxury brands. You're going to be either saving up for them or you have to consider the price point. So I want you to know that you can get this, the look and the feel that you are. Body-wise, I'm not going to do anything to it. I like the billowiness of this. It still shows off that I'm somewhat disciplined at 56 years of age, and from a body type standpoint, it's still showing those things off. But I'm telling you, this toweling, the hand, the feel, the function, the movement, we'll show it in the back. is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it, really good movement. And again, this is something that would be very comfortable in anything. You could wear this to work. You could wear this to the beach. It will transform you. Speaking of transformation, you're going to notice that we are talking about a lot of different fabrics. That's part of the transformation of SUNSPEL. You know, underwear company, Riviera Polo and Bond, and what are they today? They're playing with a lot of different fabrics, which I find very fascinating. So this was toweling. Let's go to the next fabric. I am so digging this. Okay, now we are dealing with linen. This is a blue heathered linen. You can see that it's kind of got that modeling that heathering does. We're getting up and close because you got to see the details on here. First of all, again, I'm going to repeat myself. Sorry if it's getting irritating, but this is a size small. And you've got to understand how these things fit. And the linen, the way it hangs is very different than the last toweling polo. First of all, it hits a little higher than mid bicep. For those of you, hashtag Bond Fitness Challenge, this is kind of going to show off your guns a little bit more. This is how we talk. This is how we talk. And fits in the chest perfectly from the side. Doesn't look shrink wrapped. You still have that room of movement. Why am I doing these undulating belly dance wave movements is to really show you the fabric. And by the way, I like the way this hits. I know this, the last one I would have gotten tailored. This one with linen, I probably am going to leave it the way it is. It's not that linen shrinks, but I don't mind a little bit of play here. You know, put my hand in my pocket. It looks totally natural. I don't want it to be too short on me. I want to be able to raise my hand and not show belly buttons. So that's kind of perfect right there. And look at the collar. Look at the collar. So this is that Johnny collar. Some people call it Italian cut collar. It's a little bit longer here, which I love from a 50s design standpoint. But more importantly, there's no buttons. No buttons to get in the way, no buttons to fall off. It fits perfectly. Let's show the back. All right, we show the back to see how it fits, and we'll do some ranges of movement so you can see how it moves. I mean, anybody looking, you know, in the window right now is like, why is David flapping his wings like a crazy person? I'm just trying to show you what this piece looks like. Now, the linen. Sometimes you get that kind of, I'm going to call it crunchy linen. You know, the linen that feels a little bit brittle, and it's not the most comfortable thing. This is a very soft linen. It is, whether it's combed or the way it's done, we'll get up nice and close so you can see again that linen fabric. This is right out of the box comfortable. Why am I speaking in staccato? Because I really want you to take home that this is the type of thing, let's say you get your SUNSPEL box in and your significant other's like, we're going out. We're going out. You have no time to open up your James Bond boxes. Stop that. And you're like, honey, there's something special in here. There's something in the box, and it's ready to put on. I'm ready to put on. Okay, and I'm ready to go out to dinner. Let's go out to dinner. I don't know. So it might be the perfect scenario, but this one is going to get a lot of action because again, I needed a blue polo like a hole in the head, but it's so different. It's so different than that one. And again, in the world of talking about transformation and evolution, I love that they're playing with fabrics, with different collars, with different cuts and looks. This hits the mark. Imagine a what if world if Dr. No was able to meet Casino Royale and you had the perfect shirt to represent that. This is what conjures up in my mind from a James Bond standpoint when I try on this Riviera polo, but it is in a light colored blue, this kind of sunflower blue that you hear so much about. People love this sunflower blue. It's very light, but this is a size small Riviera polo. Look at the lattice. Let us entertain you. Let us make you smile. Lattice. This lattice weave, which is perfect fit. You can see here from the side, it hits the threshold, the belt line perfectly, but chest-wise, it fits great. I've got the biceps going, the collar. This is so comfortable, and it's a color iteration of the Riviera polo. Same type of cut, same type of weave and action, but now you've got these different colors, and this is the sunflower polo in blue. And The reason I even point this out with the color is that you can't live and die by navy blue shirts. I know, heresy. David, what are you talking about? What are we going to do with all our navy blue polos? Nothing. They're great. But they also can't comprise 100% of your wardrobe. That's something Einstein did. He wore the same thing every day. That's not you. That's not me. That's not David Zaritsky. So I like to change things up. And you can see with like just a pair of chinos, or you could wear this with a pair of jeans or a pair of shorts. This transcends the world of Bond. It does. It just goes into something that's a little bit more elegant, buttoned up, lighter, more approachable, dare I say. And light blue is also my jam too. So again, I love the fact that SUNSPEL probably, and I'm imagining this is not an actual reenactment of what SUNSPEL did to come up with these colors, but I would imagine they go to their PMS Pantone colors and they're looking at mood boards and they're like, gosh, you know, look at how Connery looks here and in this kind of sunflower blue. And gee, I wonder how David Zaritsky would look in that. Yeah, they're not having any of those conversations, but imagine if you will. And so I love the fact that at some point they creatively had to make decisions on these colors, and we are the benefactor of it. I spy with my little eye though something pretty cool over there we got to go check out, and this could blow everything away. Okay, we need to talk. We need to talk because I think I have a Sophie's Choice moment here. What do I mean by that? Well, if you've watched my channel long enough, you know that I have a Sophie's Choice moment where I choose one item where I'm like, yeah, if I had to pick from all of them to grab and run with, this would be the one. And this is the one. This is their silk ribbed polo, the SUNSPEL silk ribbed polo in navy. And I just got done yelling at you about having too many navy polos, but there are navy polos, ladies and gentlemen, there are navy polos. This is the latter. And when I tried this on, when I put this on, that 50% silk, 50% cotton, you feel this right away. Now let me get up close so you can see the ribbing detail here. You can see the bicep and the hemming. You can see down here the hemming where it meets the pants, and you can see the fit. Everything is working. This is a size small. You've got that Johnny collar, Italian collar that I love. The way it hits the shoulders. It's the combination of the silk and the cotton coming together that makes everything drape really well. Terminology, glossary, draping is the way things fall against you. So you've got hand, the way the way it feels, which it feels great, nice and light. And again, warmer weather coming or here, and you want something that's not going to weigh against you, to drape too heavily against you. This, besides the way it fits, you still do have room, even in a size small on my body type, but the way it drapes and falls is just a higher level. When I'm presenting at a CEO meeting or something like that, this is going to look so elegant with a pair of pants like these pair of pants right here. These are also from SUNSPEL. These are a 100% linen pair of pants that feel great. They don't fit too tight, they fit just right, and they actually have a little draw cord over them to dry them, to tie them a little bit tighter. They fit great. I'll kind of move out here so you can see them. They're not overly billowy, but they're also not skinny fit. They're not slim fitted. They feel fantastic, and I will get these hemmed on the bottom to make sure that they fit right. But this shirt to me is a power winner, the way it fits and the feels and the function. And yes, the way it can translate into a little bit more elegant number. And I will say this, the reason why also this is one of my choices is SUNSPEL, besides being a Bond brand, it is a luxury brand. You can't get away from it. You walk into their stores, you can tell that. You look on their catalog, you can tell that. You receive their items, you can tell this is luxury. I just went through the unboxing. You see the parts and pieces and the criteria that makes them luxury, but they have to be usable. They have to be something that at the end of the day can be a part of your journey. And this combination just fits the bill. I would wear this right out of the gate, except they did one better. And you're like, David, stop. You had us at hello. They have right now to pair with these drawstring cinched pants, and they are cinched, they are very comfortable. They have matching blazers too. I know. And these are not structured, they're unstructured. Structured. David, get it right. We're not editing any of that. This is real discussions. And I gave this just a light steam so you can see they steam up really well. The pants are a size small. Size small, they fit me great. I have room in the waist, but they do have that drawstring, right? So, and then this is a size small as well. I have not tried this on yet. So we're going to check this out. And I am pairing it right now with the silk polo so I don't stop the film. We just keep it going. Maybe I would put a high collar neck here. Maybe I would put something a little bit lighter. I do like the contrast of this color right here, which is, I believe, they're dark sand. And you can already see in the shoulders, it's fitting nicely. My shoulders, size small. I'm a little bit surprised, but it does fit very nicely. And we're going to button this sucker. And so you can see the whole thing. Here we go. Now, I will say right away, usually my suits, the way it's fitting in the upper chest is perfect. And those of you who have critiqued certain suits that I have, you know who you are. Certain blazers, you know who you are. You're going to see that I have room here and it's not pulling against my chest. I have a very barrel chest. There's a lot of extremes going on between my waist and my chest. So I have to think about that. So it doesn't look like, and you're getting all those like little things. No, this has room in the chest, but it also has room down here. And it's not so much the length, because you really can't mess with the length of it. The sleeves themselves are perfect. Nice high armholes. We always look for the armholes to be high. You don't want a bat wing. This isn't the Batman channel. This is the Bond Experience channel. The Batman Experience channel is my brother's. That's a different one. So we want this type of look for sure. Let's check out the back. The back, I dare say, looks good as well. The only thing, if I'm being very transparent with you, and this is what this is about, is I might get it taken up a little bit here if possible, because I do feel, for me, it's a little, it might be just a tad boxy. Now, many of you are looking and saying, David, that's how a suit's supposed to fit. Just for my edification, I might just take it in just a wee bit so there's a little less, see if I go like that, that's all. That's all. And I mean, that is my tailor, Steve the tailor. He will make little infinitesimal, minute changes, and that's about it. All right. So we have one more piece. Hold on a second. The very, very last piece is not complicated, but I really like it. So we're all about simple hats. This is a seersucker hat. Some people call it a dad hat, whatever you call it. You don't have to be a dad to wear it. It has all of the SUNSPEL markings, but it's subtle. It's very subtle, nice wide brim, super light. Seersucker, for those of you that don't have seersucker, I have a lot of seersucker. It's not just for the southern gentleman that wears the kind of the white blue seersucker of old, kind of the Kentucky Fried seersucker. No. It's transformed. It's incredibly luxe, but it's super comfortable. It breathes really well. So this is something that I wanted to curate, because think of all the different fabrics. We've got the silk, we've got seersucker, we've got toweling, we've got linen, we've got the lattice weave cotton. There's a lot going on with this, but I like the simplicity of just a very simple navy hat in seersucker. And I'm going to need something very lightweight. By the way, I probably would not pair this full outfit with this, but who knows? You know, look at my skin. I'm nearly translucent. I'm so pale, so I want to make sure that I don't get burned. A hat is your best weapon. SPF hat, avoiding the sun between certain hours. It sounds like a public service message. Apologies. But in reality, I am going somewhere, and that where is a place for me to test drive all of the SUNSPEL clothing you just saw. Yeah, you thought this was the end of the story and journey about the evolution of SUNSPEL. I am heading to the south of France, And in that south of France, I will be truly testing all of these pieces in the environment to which they were built for. You can imagine how these things will show up outside of some Bond fans' collection. Yeah, we're going to take this, we're going to get practical use to it, and I will continue the video and the story and the journey there. But I want to thank SUNSPEL. I want to thank everybody from the marketing department, Nicholas Brook, all the people that make up, conjure these up from concept to delivery. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. Hope it was helpful too, in kind of seeing what these would look like: size, fit, feel, function, fabric. All right, another F we can add to the F collection. Boy, that's there are some things I say that I regret right away. That's one of them. Anyway, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll see you all real soon. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.